Yo, what's up, Cancer? Welcome to your monthly forecast for the month of April 2016. For the majority of the month of April, the sun is going to be in the sign of Aries. For you as a Cancer, the sign of Aries is your 10th house of career. So the sun will be in this position until April 19th. So expect to be pretty busy when it comes to your career situation up until April 19th. On April 19th, the sun is going to shift into Taurus. Taurus is your 11th house. That has to do with your social situation. It has to do with your friendships. So for the majority of the month of April up until the 19th, you're going to be pretty busy with career. And then on the 19th, when the sun shifts into Taurus, your 11th house of friendships, then you get to have some fun. Kind of put the career thing off to the side a minute and, just enjoy yourself. But those are the primary themes for the month of April 2016 for you, Cancer. Now I'm going to talk about some more specific major astrological events that are set to occur for the month of April 2016 and what they mean for you, Cancer. On April 5th, Venus, the planet of love, enters Aries. Aries, once again, is your 10th house of career, and Venus is the planet of love. So, if you're single, maybe look for a love interest around your work. And it's going to be there April 28th. I mean, it could be, anybody who you work with or anybody who's in a related industry. So it doesn't even have to be someone necessarily who's in your office. But if you're single and you're looking for love, it looks like, this time, Venus being here from April 5th to April 28th in your 10th house of career, it would be a good place. Love or work, your career, professional life would be a good place to look for love during this time. If it's not necessary, if it doesn't necessarily have to do with looking for love, maybe you're already in a relationship and that's not possible. It just means that maybe during this time you could be really feeling the love when you're at work, which means things are going good, like in your workplace, everything is running smoothly and things are going really great. On the same day, on April 5th, Mercury, the planet of communication, enters Taurus, your 11th house of your social life and your friendships. And it'll be there for a while, because what it's going to actually do is it's going to go retrograde on April 28th. And a lot of people know retrogrades as being like when a planet goes backwards, and yeah, technically, it's going backwards, but I mean, from like a literal standpoint, it's not really going backwards. It's just that the speed of the Earth is moving faster than Mercury. So, I mean, I guess if you were to look at Mercury through a telescope, maybe it would look like it was going backwards. So that's kind of where they get that from. But it's not really going backwards. It's just that the Earth is moving faster at this point of its orbit than Mercury is. So it would look like it's going backwards. But what does it mean from an astrology standpoint? That's what's important. So it's in your 11th house of friendships. And Mercury is the planet of communication. So that means you're probably going to be talking to friends from your past more. I mean, when they go into retrogrades, have to, like, a lot of times when planets go retrograde, they bring up things from your past. So you could be having some conversations, with people who you used to be, not even used to be friends with, like you're still friends with them, but maybe you don't see them that much as you used to when you were younger. Like, these are friends from maybe your childhood or friends from high school, or, depending on where you are in your life, if you're graduated and, in your career life, maybe it could be friends from college, but you're definitely going to be talking to friends who are, who you used to associate more than you do now. And Mercury is going to be doing this retrograde thing from April 28th all the way up until May 22nd. So it's going to be retrograde for a while. So expect to have some friends who you used to hang out with pop up in your life around that time. On April 7th, there's a new moon in Aries. Once again, Aries being your 10th house of career. So that means, maybe there's a new career coming down the pike from you, because new moon set off all these new events. A new moon happens, and then the 6 months that follow the new moon, all these new events occur, and they're just new developments occur in that area of your life. So all these new things about your career aspect of your life are going to be popping up after April 7th, and it could be a new career coming down the pike for you. It could just be new things regarding the career that you're in, but that's something to keep a lookout for after April 7th. On April 12th, Venus, the planet of love, in Aries, your 10th house of career, making a positive angle to Mars, the planet of power and ambition, in Sagittarius, and Sagittarius is your 6th house of work. daily life, and health. So what does this suggest? Well, I mean, if you're single and you're working, or if you're single, like this could look, like I said, once again, this kind of plays into what I talked about in the beginning of this forecast. Maybe a potential love interest regarding your work. And like I said, it doesn't have to be the same office. It could just be in the same industry. If you work in a particular industry and you see a romantic interest, maybe a good time to look into that further, or ask them if they're interested. So that's something to keep a lookout for. And like I said, if you're already coupled up, then maybe this just suggests that this is a really great time for your work life. Like whatever's happening with your job and your career, it's going really great on April 12th. On April 17th, Mars now turning retrograde. So we got another planet going retrograde, more than one planet going retrograde in April 2016, and Mars is going retrograde in Sagittarius. Sagittarius is your 6th house of work, daily life, and health. And when Mars goes retrograde, I mean, it is the planet of ambition and power, but when it goes retrograde, some of its negative characteristics can come out. So that means some irritation. So, this maybe it's in your house of your job, and it's in the 6th house of your job and your daily life. So maybe there's some issues that you've dealt with before in your job, or issues that you've dealt with before in your daily life that are cropping up now, and they're causing some irritation. So, make sure you keep an eye out for that after April 17th. On April 18th, you're actually having another really great day in your career here on April 18th, because Venus in Aries again making a positive angle to Saturn in Sagittarius, which is Sagittarius once again is your 6th house of work, daily life, and your health. So it looks like a great day for your career here. And then also, like I said, if you're single, maybe you want to keep out for a love interest in your workplace or in your work industry. On April 18th, Pluto is in Capricorn. It's actually going to be turning retrograde. So now here we are with a 3rd planet going retrograde in the month of April 2016. And Pluto is in your 7th house of one-on-one relationships for you. Your 7th house is the sign of Capricorn. So Pluto's in Capricorn. It's going to be going retrograde on April 18th. And when Pluto goes retrograde, it basically shakes off old ways of doing things. So it's in your house of relationships, your house of one-on-one relationships, your 7th house of one-on-one relationships, and it's shaking off old ways of relating to others in a one-on-one standpoint in your relationship situation. This could also mean that somebody that you had a significant relationship with could come up could reappear during this time. Retrogrades have a tendency to do that, like I said previously. And April 18th is when Pluto starts going retrograde, and it's going to be retrograding all spring, summer, and then it doesn't go direct again. It doesn't start moving forward again until September 26th. So during this time, somebody who you used to have a significant one-on-one relationship with in your past may pop back up, and then, like I said previously, you're going to be shaking off old ways of relating, Cancer. And on April 19th, Venus in Aries, once again, Venus, the planet of love in your 10th house of career, is actually going to be making a challenging aspect with Pluto in Capricorn. Capricorn, your 7th, once again, is your 7th house of relationships. So, what does this suggest? It sounds like maybe you're having a challenging day in your career here. Is a challenge between your work and your relationships, and I don't know, whoever you're dealing with in your work situation might be kind of a challenging person, and maybe you're having a challenging day there with them. On April 22nd, there's a full moon in Scorpio. So full moons are like a wild card. I mean, depending on what's happening in your life, it could either be like some sort of positive development, or it could be a shakeup of some sort. So, if you've been in the Scorpio is your 5th house. That has to do with your romantic situation. So let's get that clear right off the bat there. So there's a full moon in this area on April 22nd. It has to do with your romantic situation. So if your romantic situation hasn't been that great, it's been kind of shaky, this could kind of just be the straw that breaks the camel's back, and there's some kind of big disruption that happens regarding your romantic situation. Maybe if you're single and looking for love, this means that you could meet somebody new. So keep an eye out for that on April 22nd. It could just mean a development in your romantic situation. You know, there's a lot of different possibilities. It all depends on your unique situation, Cancer. And on the same day, April 22nd, Venus, once again, the planet of love in Aries, your 10th house of career, is actually making a conjunction with Uranus, which is also in Aries, your 10th house of career. Uranus is the planet of the unexpected. So this conjunction is positive. So it's basically Venus and Uranus are in your 10th house of career, and they're aligning together in the same area, and it's very positive. So it sounds like something, you know, regarding your career could just pop up randomly, and it's very positive on April 22nd. And it, like I said, you know, if there is someone you're romantically interested in your workplace, maybe all of a sudden this is like you're breaking the ice with this person, or this person's interested, or it's something definitely to keep an eye out for on April 22nd. But I think that's all I have for you this month, Cancer. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you've enjoyed it, make sure to hit the subscribe button and like, and I will see you next month. Take care. Bye-bye.